Welcome to Entry Level Mums. It's your girl Suya, and I'm here to share some sad news. Me and Nasra have parted ways, and I have a new co-host. And we're still cool, don't worry. Like, we're still cool, but we just couldn't vibe as much, and we couldn't work together, and we kind of clashed, and we thought, you know what, if we just part ways, I continue the podcast, I can bring in a new person. And to be fair, Nasra can come in every now and then, but I have a brand new co-host, okay, who will be replacing Nasra for a bit. Do you want to show yourself, sister?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How are you? My name is Sister Samira. Alhamdulillah. I have gone to Ramadan.
Listen,
MashaAllah.
I can't lie, you know. I genuinely can't lie. I don't know if you guys clocked it. I don't know if I was a good actor. But welcome, sister. What's your name?
Alhamdulillah, my name is Sister Samira.
Sister Samira, welcome. We're in the blessed month of Ramadan. How's the fasting going for you?
Fasting is going very well, Alhamdulillah.
Oh,
Very good.
very nice. Very, very nice.
Very, very nice.
Alhamdulillah. I'm so happy to hear, man.
I thought I'd come in with like a proper hijab since it's Ramadan.
And may Allah keep it on you.
Some would call me Ramadan Muslim, but better Ramadan Muslim than nothing.
No, at least you're trying though. Me, I'm still out here looking the same, innit?
It's all right, man. Everyone's got their own journey.
I mean, I'm wearing a skirt today though.
You look really nice today. I like
you,
what
man.
you're wearing. This fit is very vibes.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm actually wearing skirts more often
I love
now.
that.
Yeah, I'm wearing skirts more often. Anyways, man, we're here now with my new co-host.
With the new co-host, Nasrahu.
And we actually have a very exciting announcement to make.
Yes, we do.
Mother's Day. A lot of things happening, end of March. And we have another thing happening end of March. Well, beginning of April.
Beginning of April.
We don't have the dates confirmed.
Yeah.
But
we're having our second event. Okay, maybe not too much of that. Not too much of that.
But no, we actually have a second event coming up.
I'm so excited for this one.
This one, I'm not gonna lie, it came out of nowhere though, innit?
It did. It came out completely out of nowhere.
This is someone who came out and basically was like, we want you to use our space.
Yeah.
Bring mums together.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my God. And Nasra, you called me and I was like, I was literally driving when you told me. I was like, what? A Mother's Day event? I'm down. But I'm genuinely excited. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, now's the best time to actually follow us so that you have all the information. The first event we didn't have time to even announce it on one of our episodes, innit?
I don't remember if we did.
Because while we were planning the event, I don't think we recorded any
episodes. It was very
episodes.
short.
We didn't get time to like tell our YouTube community about the event. So if you are subscribed and you live in London or you want to travel to London and you want to come to our next event, you have to be following us on Instagram. Okay?
Yeah, you'll get updates on Instagram.
And we're going to let you know the details, where it's going to be, what date, all of that good stuff. So make sure you're following. Don't say I didn't warn you, innit? Later on, don't cry and don't beg.
What is the meaning of all this, Jackie?
It's all over. Don't cry, don't beg.
Yes, we're not going to tell you exactly what's going to go down at this event, but just come. It's going to be a vibe as always.
It's going to be such a vibe. Come and join us.
Yeah.
I mean, no cameras really. Well, we might take some pictures, but obviously with everyone's consent, like we did last time. Mm-hmm. But vibes come through.
Inshallah. But yeah, today, this episode, we're going to dig deep. We are going to dig very deep. Yeah, so basically, at our first event, we basically bought the Skin Deep edition for mums.
Sponsor us.
And we got our guests to like ask each other questions, and it was such a wholesome event, man. That
it was
first
so
event
good.
Was so wholesome.
Everyone
was chatting away.
I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. That has a place in my heart.
Yeah.
If you were there, you were there. If you weren't there, sorry, innit?
Yeah. The vibes in the room,
wow.
Like everyone was just mingling and talking, making friends, connecting on like a deep level.
It was beautiful.
So we've got some questions that we took from the bunch, and we're going to ask each other because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like look at all the questions. There's over 200 questions, bro.
Yeah, I skimmed through a
So
lot of
I
them.
was
You know,
like-
a lot of them like didn't really apply to like what we were.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was kind of more like if it's your like a partner talking to
Mm-hmm.
his potential mother of his children, because a lot of the questions were
Yeah.
like, what would your mother think of me and stuff like that, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
so his mum bin know me, bruv.
Exactly.
It doesn't apply to us.
Yeah, literally. I think it was more like maybe it's a couple asking each other
Yeah.
questions.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
Yo, my hands are dry,
Sorry, yeah. I don't have moisturizer on me.
brother. It's all the way outside. I should have thought about that before I put my jacket down.
And there's a lot of questions about your own mum as well, which is
Yeah.
pretty nice. Do you want to go first or should I go first? You go first.
I'll go first. Okay.
No, actually, I'm scared. What if it's a hard question?
I like this question. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm curious to like see what Sawia thinks.
Okay.
So my first question is, how do you think I define motherhood differently than you do?
Damn.
It's a good question, right? When I saw it, I was like, ooh.
How would you define motherhood?
How do you think I define motherhood, and how do you think it differs to how you define it?
You know what's so mad? I feel like generally we define it in the same way.
Okay.
I think we both understand that it's very unpredictable and chaotic, and I think we both get overstimulated.
Yes.
We have a lot of common like issues with it. But how do you define it differently? Damn. I don't know. I think we have a lot more in common when it comes to motherhood.
Yeah.
Do you think we have anything in different?
I don't know. In terms of like the definition of it,
Yeah.
and like how you, because I see things a little bit differently because I'm a single mom. So for me, my definition of motherhood is I don't include the dad in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I think maybe for you it'd be very different.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't include her dad in it when I define my version of motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my head, it's not like a nuclear family setting. In my head, it's like me and my mom and Hannah. And that's it in my head. There's really no one else in the picture. Like when I think about motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
maybe that's probably the only way it differs between me and
That's
you.
the only way,
Yeah.
just the dynamic.
Because
and-
we agree on all the other things.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things like, I think both of us, we don't like noise.
Yeah.
We get overstimulated quickly. I think we both love our sleep very much.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that we have in common. Do you know what I mean?
I think we're more nonchalant parents. Like,
Yeah.
I get overstimulated and I get angry and I'm like, "Ah!" And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, I'm calm now. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Sorry, I apologize for shouting at you. Sorry, I didn't mean to. And she's like, it's okay. And then later on, she's like, Mommy, you needed to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that you needed to take a deep breath.
Yeah, literally. No, but that question, damn. Generally, I think you made a good point. I think the only thing that differs is really just the family dynamic.
Yeah.
That's what makes your motherhood completely different to
And
how
you know
I see
what's
it.
even weirder? Like, I know, like, okay, let me just fix this. I feel like it's really high up. Sorry, it's annoying me. I feel like some people, even though they're single parents, I feel like they still would think of it in like potential future nuclear family type of setting. Zero from my end. I don't see it in that way at all. Maybe it's because I've never experienced a nuclear family myself growing up. Maybe that's why. But I mean, how deep do you want to go? Deep to my childhood? You want to go into my childhood and everything else?
Yeah,
Therapy
you
session.
were also like, you were also raised with just your mum.
Yeah.
So this is all you.
Literally,
this is all
I
you know,
don't
like-
I don't see nuclear set up like that. The whole setup of like a nuclear family, husband, wife, children, like I genuinely just don't see it. Like, and I don't mean it in like a bad way or anything like that. Wallahi, maybe it's because I was raised by a single mom, but
No, it makes sense.
I
That's
don't
that's
see it in
normal
my
to you.
future.
That's
for
your
some
normal
reason.
family. Like, do you know what I mean? That's your normal.
That's
basically.
literally my normal.
Yeah. That makes so much sense. Wow. That's very interesting.
Right?
That's very interesting.
It's crazy.
And it also makes sense as to, remember when you said you'd be happy to be a second wife and this, that. Because
Yeah.
like for you it's not, bro, you're not gonna come and die if you don't have a full-time husband. Like, you don't care, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Also, being a second wife, I think makes more sense to me than being like
Full-time.
a full-time wife, like the wife
Yeah.
that's at home. Because on top of the fact that I get my own peace and privacy,
Mm-hmm.
also like you're not ingrained and intertwined and like in my life and in my business. Do you know what I mean? I'm not used to that. I'm being used to being very independent. And I know that that's like people, red flag, independent women. Oh, how the times have changed. Feminism. You know how they all do that? Oh my God, masculine energy.
They're so scared of an independent
Oh
woman.
my
bruv.
God, I feel like I'm so feminine. But at the same time, I do what needs to be done.
Yeah,
Like, if I need to work, I'll work. If I need to
Yeah.
make money, I'll make money.
of course.
Like,
yeah.
if I need to stay at home, I'll stay at home. It's not that deep for me.
It's not that deep. All right, bet. So many layers to it, innit?
So many
layers.
It's
to
crazy how
masculine.
everything goes back to your childhood, isn't it? Don't you think? I find
Yeah.
it so mad how everything just goes back to your childhood.
Yeah.
If I had been raised by a mum and a dad and me, and I was the only child with two parents, maybe right now I would feel like, okay, this is weird. Let me find a husband. Let me get married. Let me like replace the missing piece. But there was a missing piece the whole time. You can't miss something you've never had, right?
Exactly, because you were just used to seeing your mum. You didn't have a
Yeah.
father figure in the house. So for you, it's
And
not
when I did,
something
he
that-
was horrible. We'll get
Yeah.
into that story another day. Okay.
Damn. Okay.
Allah is Ramadan, astaghfirullah. Let me just say I forgive you for the sake of Allah, but you're a bad person and you know what you did, bruv. You're a bad, you know, you not even did multiple things that you did. You know what you did, bruv. And if you're
Damn.
watching this and you're in Umrah, I hope you're repenting for your sins, bruv. Ameen.
Damn.
Ilahi take me to Umrah.
I
Ameen.
mean,
Ameen.
okay.
We'll get into that story another day though. You know,
Let's-
one day I'll
let's-
actually tell you lot. I'll tell you lot
Really?
like my whole. One day I'll do that. I'll tell you lot my whole childhood. I'll tell you everything. You lot are gonna be like, Nasra's weird, bro. You're gonna be like, I understand how weird you are. Like you'll literally be like, I understand you.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna tell you lot. Don't worry.
Crazy. Make sure you're subscribed.
Put the bell notification on.
Okay. I love this question, by the way.
Uh-huh.
How do you think the experience of raising children is more of a reflection on you than it is on the child?
I literally have that as one of my questions.
Do you?
Yeah, it's in my screenshots. It's one of the questions that I was
I
gonna
love
ask.
this question.
Oh my God, that question is so like, it's a big one.
It took me a long time to realize this
Bruh.
question. You know that?
Me
Like,
too.
I deeped it after like what? Jenna's gonna be 4 this month.
Hannah's 5. I deeped it.
That's
like
when I was like, yeah.
I literally
it's-
deeped it
it
a
all
month
comes
ago.
down to me and how I respond to things.
I deeped it literally. Astaghfirullah, a month ago is even a lie. I deeped it in the last 2 weeks. I deeped in the last 2 weeks. The reason being is because obviously me and my kids spend a lot of time with my mum, and the way that she behaves around my mum is so different to how she behaves when it's just me and her. Like even today, I'll give you an example today. My mum came in, like we had a laugh and a joke, we played, like her energy was up, like we had a little like wrestle session. It was so cute.
Yeah.
And then my mum was like, oh, okay, you know, let's go get some food. And then she was like, I want to keep playing. And I was like, okay, let's go get some food. And she realized me and my mum were on the same page about this. She lost it.
Oh.
She lost her marbles. She was like, how can you two be on the same? She's so used to being the one that's like all attention from me and then all attention from my mum. And like she plays us amongst each other. It's so funny. She'll go to my mum and be like, Mummy said that it's okay that I have this. And then because I'm not in the house or if I'm out, my mum's like, okay, just have it.
Yeah.
But I never said that. I really never said that.
Yeah.
Or we have limits. Like let's say she 3 Oreos, yeah? 3 Oreos and that's it. She'll tell my mum, Mummy gives me 5.
Crazy. They're so smart
You're
with it.
actually a menace.
Yeah.
But now I've switched how I react to her. And when it's just me and her, wallahi, so smooth sailing. Because I do that, you know, Are you sad? Sorry. Would you like a hug? And then she'll go, yes. And she said to me the other day, I was getting frustrated about something. I was like, I'm getting frustrated. And she went, are you in the red zone? And I was like, what's that? And like immediately, like my attention was like, what's that? And then she was like, the red zone is when you're frustrated and angry, and the green zone is when you're calm. So you can get to the green zone, you need to take a deep breath.
Wow.
And then she went, yeah, and the pink zone, it means love. It means you love me, love. I said, okay, first of all, I'm always in the pink zone.
Yeah.
I always love you, no matter what. And then, okay, you're right, I'm in the red zone right now. And then what did she say? She said there was another zone. I can't remember what color it was, but she was like, you need to take a deep breath. You need to go from the red zone to the green zone, mummy. And then literally I laughed, and within 3 seconds,
You in the green zone.
I was in the green zone. And then she looked at me, she went, wow, how did you get from the red zone to the green zone so fast? Because it takes her 1 hour to get from the red zone to the green zone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, literally, this question. You know, for a long time, I thought I wasn't capable of being a mum, Nasra.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I always thought, because you know what it is with me? I would see other people not getting triggered by things I get triggered by, like other mums.
Okay.
And I'm like, how the hell do they do it? How the hell do they stay so calm? How can they handle all this bukh and noise and stuff around the house? Like, okay, so for example, I know someone who's got like 6 boys. Yeah, she's got 6 boys. Mashallah.
Mubarak.
She raised 6 boys. The oldest is like uni. The youngest is like Jenna's age. Yeah?
Right.
So she's had a lot of kids. All boys. And when I see her with her boys, when I tell you the noise levels in the house, right? There's just so much going on. And she always just remains happy, smiling. Like she just remains calm at all times. And I always just say to her, like, how do you do it?
No, but is that because she's just a calm, naturally person? Or is that because she's trained herself and worked on it and
I don't know.
made herself calm?
Honestly, I don't know. But this woman always seems like, I think this is just her character. I think she's just always been calm and like
Can't compare yourself to that
mellow.
then.
I know, but like maybe there's something else that triggers her that's different to me, right?
Okay.
So the way I see it is every single individual, every single mum, there's something that triggers them in, like everyone has a different trigger. Everyone has something that they can't handle that someone else can probably handle better. So for me, it's probably noise. I can't handle sleep deprivation.
Okay.
There's like a few things that I can't handle. And I deeped it over time. I'm like, it's not the kids that jar me. It's how I respond to things. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't I can't function if I'm on little to no sleep.
Okay.
I start to panic a little bit if I get like a change in routine or noise levels too high. Like, Natalie, you need to stop looking at me like that. You need to stop looking at me like that. But
It's okay. We're in Tism gang right here. This is a neurodivergent podcast. Every day you give me another reason. Every day.
you're not gonna go and diagnose me, okay, on this podcast.
So I'm telling you.
But where the hell was I? Where the hell was I?
You said
It's not that
you can't function on little to no sleep.
Yeah, so like for a long time I couldn't understand it, innit? Because I was just thinking, am I not cut out for this? Like, why is it that everyone else seems to be doing this job
Yeah, you internalized
perfectly, but I always feel like I'm just constantly like agitated, or I feel like I'm drowning, or I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm overwhelmed and stuff. And then this question, honestly, like I've seen this question before when we were organizing the event.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, everything I'm feeling, how I am when I'm stressed, how I am when I'm triggered, how I am when I'm sleep deprived, how I am when I'm overwhelmed with life, how I am when I'm, I don't know, sleep deprived.
Yeah.
all of that is a reflection on me, not the kids. It's
got
about
nothing
how
to do
I
with the kids,
respond
yeah.
to those things.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is, let's take the kids to one side. Let's say, like, just imagine yourself without the kids. And then analyze yourself and see how you're like when you're sleep deprived, when you're sick, when you're stressed. How do you handle all those situations? And then imagine all of that with a child. That's how I see it.
You know, that's why I always say a lot of the times I didn't know, I could not have predicted that I had ADHD before I became a mum. I genuinely thought, and I was saying this to someone the other day, I thought I was quirky. I thought I was just quirky and, just a little bit different. Like, I thought it was just, my unique personality. That's literally what I chalked it down to from childhood. And then I had Hannah, and it was like all the instances that I was able to have as one problem before I had children, all of a sudden, after I had a kid, it was that one problem became multiple problems. Like, what happens when you're sleep deprived? It ruins the rest of your day.
I get a headache for the whole
Everything
day.
goes wrong because now, because you're sleep deprived, you're going to snap more. You're going to feel more bad. Like, you're going to feel guilty that you're snapping more. Like, you might not want to do anything in the house. It might ruin your routine.
Be more groggy.
You'll be so groggy. Like,
your head will be banging all day.
Exactly. You might not even feel like eating. Like, it just that one problem can ruin everything else. And it can create more and more and more problems. Whereas before, if I was sleep deprived, I'll just sleep.
Yeah.
I was doing life to life to life. Now just sleep for 16 hours straight. Like, bang out a 16 hour sleep and I wake up and brand new. You can't do that 16 hour sleep when you've got children.
Hey.
And also it's the fact that, you know, your body knows it wants to go to bed, but you don't see it as like, let me feed my kid first, or let me look after my kid first. Your body's like, go to bed. You're like, I have to be awake. So knowing that you have to be awake, I don't know about you, irritates me more.
Yeah.
The fact that, not that I'm resenting my kid, but like the fact that I have to be awake to feed you when I could be having a nap is annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was deep in this the other day. I don't know what it is about kids and how they know certain things.
Oh, they know.
But why is it that on the nights when I'm extremely tired, those are the nights they get up more? And on the nights where I'm awake and I'm watching Netflix till midnight, 1 o'clock, and I'm like, let me go to bed because they might go to sleep, they might wake up soon. Those are the nights where they sleep peacefully.
Wow.
Like, last weekend, I came home around 3 a.m. because me and my mum were driving back from Leicester.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning we got home.
Damn.
And in my head, I'm like, Adam, please don't wake up until like 8 o'clock. Please give me at least like 5 hours good sleep.
Yeah.
My guy woke up 5 o'clock. He woke up 2 hours later. When I tell you, I was like this. My head was going, wee wow, wee wow. Like, I can hear sirens in my head.
Yeah,
that's how much it was banging.
Oh, it's so bad.
And I thought to myself, bro, just the other night when I didn't come home late. Yeah, I was home all day chilling. You went to bed. When I don't need you to wake up early, you sleep the whole night. And when I want you to see,
these kids so frustrated. It's not because you don't like them. It's because
no, it's almost like they know Mummy's very tired. Let me piss her off even more.
You know, sometimes I say to Hannah, I'm like, indoor voices, please. When my head, when I can feel a migraine coming, I'm like, indoor voices, please. And she's like, Mummy, I am doing indoor voices. I'm like, no, this is not indoor voices. This is medium indoor voices, outside, almost borderline outside voice. I'm like, God, let's whisper. How about let's whisper?
Yeah.
Let's whisper. And then she'll go, yeah, Mummy, you know, can I have, you know? And I'm there like this. I'm like falling asleep. And then she'll go, Mummy! And I'm, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot. It really is a reflection of you. Honestly. Like, your experience of motherhood all comes down to you and how you handle things. That's all it is, really. Like,
honestly.
Yeah, like, how is it like when you're sleep deprived? And you just have to really analyse yourself. And I know there's a lot of people who watch us and they're not mums. I think you should really look inward. Yeah, analyze yourself and just be like, how would I be like in this situation and this? How am I like when I'm stressed? How am I like when I'm overwhelmed? Do I like noise? Do I get overstimulated? You know, do I really, really love my sleep? Like, there's a lot of things that you need to kind of look inward, and then just imagine that with a kid, and your whole world will turn upside down.
You know, another thing that we don't take into consideration enough here is the fact that after you give birth, regardless of whether you had a C-section or whether you had a natural birth, after you give birth, you are finished. Like, I feel like people who've been hit by a bus maybe can understand. People who've been hit by a bus it's taken them weeks and months and years to recover can maybe understand what we go through. Because starting your motherhood journey off like that,
In pain.
and
Yeah.
feeling like your whole body is drained, I think that's another thing that is, it's the lack of like planning. You don't know, you can't plan ahead, you don't know what's gonna happen to you, you really don't know,
Even the birth is unpredictable. You just don't know.
and you start off in such like a bad state. Like, I don't know how to explain that. You start off negatively already.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's downhill from there, but you thought you hit rock bottom, you hit the rock bottom below the rock bottom.
And the amount of information that people are
Oh my
telling you when you give
God.
birth.
Oh my God, it's so
The
overwhelming.
breastfeeding, the massaging, the expressing. Make sure you pump. Make sure you do this. Make sure you pump 8 times a day. Make sure you at least wake up once every night to just massage it. Oh my
Don't forget to feed your
God.
child every 2 hours. If they cry, it means they're hungry. Maybe if they're not hungry, maybe you need to change their nappy. If they don't change their nappy, if they don't wet 6 nappies a day, there's something wrong with your child. Who's counting the 6 nappies, bro? I was fighting to keep my eyes open.
You know, that's what really got me. It's the health visitors that come to you and they're like, how many wet nappies did they have? I don't know.
When did I check? How am I supposed to count
I
this?
don't count how many nappies.
What?
Who's actually counting nappies though? For real? Like, no, honestly, it's a
I
lot.
can't, man.
Wallahi, it's a lot, man.
It's such a lot. It's such a lot. It really is a lot.
You're fasting today. Don't worry. Almost there. Almost there. We're
Almost there. Okay, next one. Oh, I like this one. Name 3 people you feel are incredible mothers and why.
I got that question too.
You did too. Great minds.
Oh, okay. 3 incredible mothers. God damn, I know a lot of mums, man. The first one, I'll shout out my own mum.
Shouts out to your own mum.
My own mum.
Habib Sahra, shouts to you.
Shout out to my mum.
Mm-hmm.
My mum's an incredible mum. 2 more left. Oh my God, there's only 2 left. Look, if I don't mention you, don't get offended, man. My friend Samira.
Oh.
Yeah, you're an incredible mum. And the third one,
No, we have to say why.
and why?
And why.
You know what it is? When I look at my friend Samira, I genuinely think to myself, God loves her.
Oh.
Literally. That's how I see her. When I see her and how she handles things. And the thing is, with her, it's like she's got a child who's got autism, nonverbal. And then she's got a baby who spends 90% of her time in hospital. And there's been many times where she had to live in the hospital on lockdown. No one could visit her. And she had to be away from her older child because she couldn't leave the hospital.
Oh.
But through all of that, Nasra, the way she maintains grateful, the way she stays calm, the way she always says Alhamdulillah, like the way this girl never complains about nothing, it puts me to shame. I can't lie. Like, wallahi, it puts me to shame. And when I look at her and I see that the resilience and the patience and the iman that this girl has, I'm like, Allah loves you, man.
Allah definitely loves her.
Wallahi, I'm just
100%.
like, yo,
Allah loves her.
you're putting me to shame. What am I complaining about? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, the hardest tests go to Allah's
I'm telling
strongest
you.
soldiers.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Samira, man. That's why
Shout outs
I
to
think you are an incredible mum.
Mubarak.
And wallahi, every time, like, I was literally just with her last weekend, and I even told her to her face, I was like, bro, like, when I look at you, I'm like, who am I? Like I feel like a useless person when I see her, bro. I'm like, bro, I can't
Nah.
even complain about anything.
So we had,
Do you get what I'm
You know
saying?
what?
And then you know what she says, and this is how you know her iman is different. You know what she
Yeah.
says? There are people in much worse situations than me. When I go to the hospital, I see other kids who are in a much more difficult situation than my daughter is.
you know what though, I'm a very
Shout out to you,
firm.
Sam.
Well, I
Shout
shout
out
outs
to
to
you.
her,
Shout out
but
to you.
I'm a very firm believer in it doesn't invalidate your experience
Yeah, I know.
just because other people have it harder.
I know everyone handles things differently.
Yeah, and every child was given to every parent because Allah knew that
They can handle
you
it.
could handle this child.
Yeah.
And I genuinely believe that anyone who has autistic children or children with like rare diseases or like rare that they've been diagnosed with rare things, genuinely, you guys are Allahumma barik,
Mm-hmm.
far stronger than me.
Yes.
Far stronger than me. Like, I don't know. Allah knows that I probably would not be able to hack it.
Yeah, 100%. Because Allah knows me more than anyone,
Yeah.
right? And He see me here struggling with noise levels.
Brother,
Deep it, man.
just struggling with 1 or 2 hours less sleep. You see me here
Allah knows.
cranky.
Allah knows I'll fall down and die. Alhamdulillah.
You
Anyways.
fall down and die. I was going the other way. I was looking for a train station.
Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah.
Sister, come on.
Astaghfirullah.
What is going on? So, stop this.
You know what? Yeah. The worst part is, I always say the people who do that at train stations are the most inconsiderate people. Not me thinking of being one of them. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
That's my second person, isn't it? I have one more.
Who's your third person?
I have one more. Oh my God, who's gonna get the final one? Who's gonna get the final one? I was gonna say someone, but then I thought someone else. Oh my God, who do I pick? There's too many people. I wanted to mention you. I wanted to mention Hannah. I wanted to mention Zainab, but it's like
You could collectively do Mum Club if you want.
the third one. I'm gonna do Mum Club. All of you in that one little slot. I think you guys are amazing. Like, genuinely, each and every single one of you, like you all inspire me in different ways. When I look at you, Nasra, you give me confidence. You make me see the bright side of life.
Oh, I love that.
Genuinely, you're like a ray of sunshine.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm gonna cry, don't do that.
I can never be down around Nasra, wallahi.
Don't make me cry.
you
I'm
uplift me in
gonna
a
be
different way.
dehydrated if I drop some tears.
No, genuinely, if that's how I feel as a friend, imagine having you as a mum. Just good vibes. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
That's
not
you.
always happy though.
No, of course I know that you're only human.
Yeah.
You're really human, but
But I try to make the happy very happy.
yeah,
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how she turns out. I mean, if she turns out crazy, then I mean,
yeah.
I will have to just say it was my fault, unfortunately.
Hannah, shout out to Hannah because
Shouts
obviously
to
Hannah
Hannah.
is extremely hardworking and
She
boss
is, she's
babe right
amazing.
there. She inspires me on like a
Oh,
career vibe,
Allah
on like a
Akbar.
career level, and being able to juggle motherhood and work. And obviously she will tell you it's the ghetto, but still, like it's still inspiring for me to see that
Yeah.
because I would like to, I would like to do that as well with my life. And then we've got Zainab, who's just had a baby recently. Mabruk. Zainab, I see a lot of similarities between me and Zainab. I see you and Hannah quite similar, and me and Zainab quite similar.
Very.
Like Zainab is very much a bit of me. She's a bit of me, but Zainab, fam, I don't know, man. Zainab is just good vibes. She's the hostess with the mostest. she is genuinely like the most mesquite soul. There's certain times where we tell jokes and it's too dark for Zainab. Like that's how mesquite she
I
is.
love her.
But are you getting emotional?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I have a question that's going to come up next that's making me emotional thinking about it.
Okay.
But go on. Keep going.
But no, you guys give me life, man. Genuinely, I feel like giving birth to Adam with you guys around me
Oh.
was so different to how it was like with Jenna. So shout out to all the incredible mums. I know a lot of mums in it, but I only had 3 people to pick.
Okay. If I was to
What's
do
the
it,
question?
okay, I'm going to do my 3 mums and then I'm going to ask the question, right? For me, I'm going to do mum club, definitely.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mum as well. Yeah. Good mum. Great
Mm.
mum. Mashallah. Mum club, definitely. Hannah is like, not my little Hannah, my friend Hannah, mum club Hannah. She is the kindest, sweetest, most wonderful person. Allahumma barik.
Mm.
And seeing how she parents Nawal makes me so like, you know when you see something, you're like,
Yeah.
first of all, you validate that I'm not crazy. And second of all, it's so nice to see like parents that parent like me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I learnt from her
Mm.
because when I was having Hannah, Nawal was already like 3.
Mm.
Yeah, she was about 3 years old. That's crazy. She was about 3 or 4. She was 3. And I used to ask her all the questions about gentle parenting, everything. I feel like I've grown as a mum and I've learned things as a mum because of Hannah. So I love how she parents. I love it. And I love the fact that she's so real with her kid. Like that's another thing, is like raising delusional children who believe in like things that are not real. Whereas Hannah raises Nawal like this is a fact and this is fiction. And you need to know, need to be able to distinguish the fact that this is fiction and this is fact. And Nawal, Allahumma barik, has become so mature for her age because of that. And I think that's banging. Because when I look at how I was parented, I feel like I was let to live in like the Lululand for a little bit too long. And that kind of made me a bit naive, which is not good.
Okay.
So you shouldn't be letting your kids live in Lululand. Not for way longer than needed, basically.
I hear it.
Right? Zainab, like
Zainab makes me happy, man.
Zainab, wallahi, if I could pick a mum that isn't my mum, I'd pick Zainab. If I could pick someone to be my mum that isn't my mum, I would pick Zainab. Zainab is the nicest person ever. The way that she parents Sufyan and the way that she parents like her baby is the sweetest. Wallahi, it makes me emotional. It makes me emotional how much I love Zainab. Like, it's so mad.
I love that girl to bits.
I love Zainab so much.
I love her to bits. And the reason, and we always troll her because she was the teacher.
Yeah.
So she has this like, she
She's
knows
so,
how to
like-
speak to kids.
Oh my God.
She knows how to put on that teacher mode. She knows how to talk to kids.
Hannah is in line at Zainab's house, bruv.
Yeah.
Hannah is in line. Zainab she don't take nothing from Hannah.
Yeah.
But it's like with so much love. Like you can see that it's not like she's not forceful or like she doesn't withhold the boundaries. She doesn't like make it like, I don't know how to explain it. Like how we were raised.
Yeah.
Through fear.
Yeah.
It's more like, I think you should do it this way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to empower you to make a good decision.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, you don't want to mess with her because she seemed very serious.
Zainab is very good at making practical steps.
Oh,
she's
Zainab's
very
amazing, Allahumma barik.
organized, and she knows how to manage projects. Like, bro, it was all Zainab. You know the event that we did?
All Zainab.
Zainab was the one who said, at this time you're doing this,
sorry.
at this time you're doing this, at this time you're doing this.
No, Suia, do you remember how funny it was when she was like, oh, so what's the itinerary? Me and you looked at each other like, what itinerary?
Oh, I had an itinerary in my head.
No,
but like,
I mean, I didn't have an
the fact that
itinerary
we
in my
had to
head.
actually print it out and that, I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
no, but she made us do the itinerary down to the 30 minutes.
Literally.
It was down to what you're doing in this 30 minutes. And this,
You know-
and then she would give us like, yeah,
You know,
time
at
is
one
up,
point-
time is up.
At one point, I was talking to someone at the event, yeah. I wasn't really looking at the time too tough.
Yeah.
Zainab comes up to me, she's like, what are you doing here? Get on the stage. I said, okay. And I ran to the stage. I was like, it's time for the next game. Crying on the mic. But no, Zainab really, like, when I tell you, that one, Yeah. I got
Wallahi,
big
what
love.
an amazing person.
Wallahi,
Her and
I've got-
Hannah have my heart. So you are such a legend as well. I
Aw.
love how like when you're with Jenna and Adam, like your energy is more like, bruv, these kids are jarring. And you make me feel like it's okay to say that my kid is jarring.
Yeah.
You literally sometimes you look at Adam, you're like, and I'm like, yeah, I get that. I do that to Hannah every day, like every single day. And I love that. I love that. But at the same time, you're
to a
so
point-
nice, wallahi.
Oh, thank you, man. Wallahi, like we're just out here surviving.
Wallahi.
We're just out here surviving, and it really is. It really does come down to who you are, and how you handle things.
I feel like when Jenna is like older, obviously Adam's a boy. I can't speak for boys. I don't have any boys. But I feel like when Jenna is older, she's going to be like that kid that like, no matter what, she's like, you can't tell me anything and you can't tell me anything because I'll tell my mum and dad off you.
Yeah.
And then you and Hassan are behind her like, who trying to mess with my baby? And I
Facts.
love that.
Yeah.
I find that so beautiful. Allahumma barik.
I know.
But you know, the last person I'm going to mention is my cousin Faiza. I look at her and how she's a mom. She has 3 boys.
Yeah.
She has 3 boys, and one of her boys is autistic.
Oh.
Like the 3 boys, first of all, I don't know how people do it with boys. I just don't know. I don't know. My girl runs me around the mill. I'm afraid to think if I had a boy, and then climbing on walls and jumping off walls and breaking bones. I'm scared to think of what my heart would be like. I might have a heart palpitations.
Boys are crackheads apparently.
Bro.
I'm not looking forward to the toddler stage.
She is she's like Zainab. Like she's literally like Zainab. She's so sweet and so gentle and so kind with them. And even me, you can see me switch. I can go from like completely happy to like angry. Like I have a short fuse. I go like that. But there's people where you see like how long it takes them to get mad. It takes her bare long, Allahumma barik, to get mad. And then when you can start to see her getting frustrated, she's like, she starts speaking Swahili. She's like, you can see her get frustrated. But in my head, I'm like, I would have snapped like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I would have lost it 15 minutes ago. But Allahumma barik, find her on Instagram. She's incredible. So
Henna
talented.
artist. She's the henna artist.
So talented.
Oi,
Henna
banging.
by Faiza. That's my cousin. I love her. No, she's honestly a wonderful mum. Wallahi, Allahumma barik.
Yeah.
She's an incredible mum.
Yeah.
And you know what's so mad? Her mum is an incredible mum.
Yeah.
Her mum is creme de la creme. Wallahi. Wonderful person. Allahumma barik ma edo. Wonderful, wonderful person.
Oh, this is such a wholesome episode, man.
I swear.
Shout out to all the mums.
Shout out to
man.
all of you, man. Wallahi.
Honestly, shout out to all
And
of
shout out
you.
to my mum. Wallahi, look at me. She raised me. Look at me. I'm proof of how great she is.
I love this for you. Okay. This is so crazy because it's like we chose the same questions. Okay, I've got a question.
Go on. I'm going to laugh if it's the one that I just read.
I'll actually slap you up, What's the biggest act of will you've seen a mother do?
Oh, you know what? I was going to screenshot that earlier.
Yeah.
But then I thought, I don't really have an answer to that question. Biggest act of will? I don't know, maybe not strangle their children. I'm going to say that's me.
I think the biggest act of will is constantly putting your kids before yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's something you will always do.
Yeah.
Is that an act of will?
When I read, bless you. Biggest act of will. I don't know. Me in my head, I was thinking of like, when a baby is trapped under a car and then the mum gets crazy strength from somewhere and then flips the car and grabs her kid from underneath, or when a child falls on the train tracks and then the mum runs and dashes herself onto the train tracks. In my head, I'm thinking, damn. Would I do it? Probably.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Don't test me with that, Allah. Don't test me with that.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get electrocuted on the train tracks, but I would do it.
You would do it. You would do it.
I have not seen anyone do anything like that. That's how I interpreted the question.
Yeah.
But the way you're interpreting it is probably a bit smarter.
The way I interpreted it is, it doesn't have to be like a life-saving thing.
Yeah.
an act of will is just things that you do all the time, like for your kids. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So for me, it's more like just putting them before your own needs is an act of will. That's the biggest act of will.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's the fact that you will never sleep the same.
Yeah.
It's the fact that your body will never be the same. You sacrifice your whole body.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I think there's so many different things in it.
I completely agree with that. Like, even your mental health will never be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless, you're going to always be worried about this person.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they're 18 and 20 and 30, whatever, you're always going to still be thinking about them and are they okay and what's going on in their life. And changes you forever.
And when you have daughters, yeah, and then they grow up to get married and then they have their first kid, you are now
my
worried
God.
about your daughter as a mum and is she okay and how is she handling motherhood and like, I don't know,
You know,
it just never ends, bro.
my favorite videos on the internet are the videos of like, you see somebody recording and there's like a woman that's just given birth and then you see a flood of family coming in and then it's like when everyone comes to see the baby and then you see like her mum or her dad go straight to her and then it's like, but they came to see their baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that shit makes me want to cry. It's so sweet.
I saw that video. Literally, someone was holding the baby and she went like this. She went like this, move, and she went straight to her daughter. I was the cutest thing.
Oh, they make me so happy.
No, but can you imagine Hannah sitting there? She just gave birth.
My kid giving birth. You know,
You
know,
always
oh
see
my
your
God.
child as a baby, man.
I can't even imagine what she's gonna look like with an adult face.
Exactly.
I feel like
It's
she
mad.
still has a child face. And you know what's so mad?
Yeah.
Even with like babies, like newborns, every day they have a different face, and you're like,
They're growing, yeah.
you
they
woke up
morph
looking
into
different.
something
You
else.
look different. Something's going on here. You look different than yesterday.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine her with an adult face. The other day, I saw an advert on Instagram to like, oh, put this picture of your kid in as a toddler and it will show you what they look like as an adult. I was this close.
I'm
close.
so intrigued.
I
with
was
that.
this close. And then I thought to myself, what if my kid doesn't look like that? And that's the image I had in my head. Let me know.
Not even that, but I get paranoid with things like that because they
Yeah.
obviously store all the
Oh, it's
photos. They
true.
probably store it somewhere, and then later on you're going to use my daughter's face for something. Do you know what I mean? But no, I've always been curious. But then I think to myself, what if she just ends up looking like me? Do you know what I mean?
That'd be so cute.
Because if you look at my baby pictures and who I
You
was
look
as a
exactly
toddler,
like Jenna.
it's me and Jenna. We're like
Yeah.
this. We're twins, twinning.
Yeah. Me and Hannah as well.
Everything's just the same.
I
So I'm like,
have a picture of me at 4 and her at 3,
Yeah.
and it's the same person.
yeah.
Literally this. Actually, yeah, I think I was 4. I think she was 4 and I was 5, but same person.
Crazy.